So we're starting here at our profile. You can see there's a few details here, but when you go to edit it, there's a couple of links throughout the site to edit your profile depending on where you are. You can go here and input all your information. This is vital. This is how the algorithm works. We need to know things like your age, gender, and then for your sport, your position you play. In this case, we'll be looking at basketball. Your height, weight, year of graduation, school, the state you're in, the classification or the state level of your school. You can see here, you should be able to know what this is. If you don't, you can head over to Max Preps and find out what level your school is. And then we know your parents' height. And there's some explanation as to why that's there. It helps us predict your future height if you're not yet fully grown, which is common for boys, that are still even 18 years old. That's important for the algorithm. And then your stats. Again, in this case, we're looking at basketball. So the level you're playing, varsity, junior varsity, or middle school, junior high. Later, it sounds like we're going to be adding prep school for those who are in prep school. And so you add in all your details there. You can type them right in as you want. I can change this to 20, or you can click around and make it happen. And then, so get all those details in there. They're all very important. National ranking, there's an explainer here. If you're ranked nationally in the top 400 by a national ranking service, put that number in there. And a word about inflating these. The truth comes out. There's no reason to not be 100% truthful here. Because at the end of the day, college coaches will know the truth. Your objective here is not to make yourself look better than you are. You need to be accurate to what you are. So we'll update that, and then we're off. So once we have our information in, then we can look at our list. And so actually look at our matches. So I go to my matches here. And so based on the algorithm, you can see here's where I've matched to. And so the player I've made up here is obviously pretty good. So we have a bunch of D1 offers, a bunch of D1 matches and some D2 matches mixed in there as well. It looks like about a 50-50 mix. So I would say this person's probably on the bubble between D1 and D2. And what you're seeing here is obviously the school name, their logo, what level they are. So we see D1, D2, the conference they're in. And this is how many forwards are currently listed on that team. So this is important. I've made myself, for this explanation, I made myself a forward. And so this lets me know. And you can see that it's ranked by that. So we want to show you the teams where there is the most need for your position or players like you. And then we also do some analytics or part of the algorithm is determining the heights of their forwards and their usage rates and those sorts of things. So it's not just all the forwards on the roster, it's all the forwards that are within, that you'd be competing for minutes for potentially. So that's important to us. So as you see ones that you like here, you can then add them to your list. And I'll go ahead and I'll add a few here real quick. And again, this works on your mobile phone just as well as on a computer. On the roadmap later, we'll have an actual native app, but we want to make sure everything's working first. So there we go. So I've added 6 schools to my list, and that's where you can really do the work. So I can go over to my list, and now I can see there's 2 main things you can do here. The same, or 3 really. The schools are here, so you can actually go look at their roster. And in this case, because I'm graduating next year, what's important to me is to see what schools have players returning. So this is players that are returning. Essentially, for this first look, we've eliminated all the seniors because they're not returning. And so you can see there. And for the players, we have data. We have their height in there. And then what's really important is their minutes per game. Are they getting in? Because that's really important. That's really our goal here, is to help you get to a team where you can play. So that's what you'll be looking for, what kind of minutes they're getting. The other thing you can do is then contact the coach. Clicking on that in this first version will open your email. So if you're using it on your phone, it's going to open your email, and you'll be able to message the coach. So there's a subject line already set up, which really brings in who you are. Basically, for this player, it'll say a class of 2024 6'8" forward from California. I think we set this one up, right? Yeah, or Texas actually. Okay, so then you can contact the coach. Then you can categorize which ones you have offers from, and that's important. So whether you're an elite player with a bag of offers, that's where this can be helpful. I want to put all of the teams I have offers from together into one spot, so that I can see them and start to think about what my decision is going to be. We're going to add some new features here quickly to help you sort these, make some notes and those sort of things. But we wanted to get this into your hands as quick as possible. So that's really how it works. You get your matches, take a look at them, you add them to your list, you decide if you want to contact that coach. If you get offers, you can add those in there. You can do a bit of research on the team in terms of what their roster looks like, what kind of usage they're getting. So here you can see they have 5 players returning next season that are getting pretty good minutes. And the other returning players, at least currently, aren't getting minutes so far this year. So they could be red shirts. In this case, maybe a freshman who's just not playing yet. But that's the important thing there. Do they need me? So there you go. That's HeatCheck. That's what it'll do. It'll help you find coaches, get matched to relevant schools that will matter to you because they need you, and allow you to contact that coach and see if you can play for them. Good luck out there.